Good evening, fellow Tikash merchants, and welcome to our online training session today. My name is Amos, and I'll be your trainer today under the Tikash Soko app. So, this is the app that is helping us transform our biasharas from being just physical, um, non digital biasharas to being digital biasharas, because it doesn't mean hatujakuwa tukifanya biashara, tumekuwa tukifanya biz, but what has been there ni hatujakuwa tukifanya biashara digitally in the most effective, most efficient way, and that is what this app is coming to help us do, because it is just coming to transform our biasharas from being the non-digital biasharas they are to being the digital biasharas they ought to be in this century. Remember what is happening across the world. Technologically, the world is headed towards one direction, and that direction is called artificial intelligence. So, the word of artificial intelligence require biashara zetu zikuwe digital for us to stand high chances of benefiting from the great initiative or from the great discoveries that are being made by AI. And one thing about the app is the fact that it is AI integrated. And this AI integration, of course, helps us big time in fixing our shop and also helping us in, of course, managing the kind of records that we have on the app and helping us to, of course, make good decisions that would make our businesses efficient. Remember, efficiency equals more money. Why am I saying that efficiency is equals more money? Sababu, when your biashara is efficient, utakuwa unauza sana. Ukiuza sana, then of course, definitely you're able to, of course, make the highest amount of profits. So let us journey together in our session on make your first sale. So kwa hii session, tunaenda kuangalia how do you sell using the Tcash Soko app. That is what we'll be asking ourselves. Nitauza aje using the Tcash Soko app. So what I'm sharing with you on is my screen where I'm on the app, and on the app, I'm on the business side of the app. Siwezi nikiwa kwa personal side. Remember, in our previous session, that is Fix Your Shop, I mentioned something that the app has two sides, the personal side and the business side. In case you've not watched that session, kindly do so, get to watch, and of course, learn and unpack together with us the advantages, because there are many of the Tcash Soko platform. So for you to sell, you must be on the business side of the app. Na kwa business side utajua uko na kwa business side juu pale chini kabisa at the center there is the option sell. But allow me to just take you through some of the details zenye ziko on the screen. So from the very top, ukiangalia on my left hand side, there is a circular icon. That circular icon has the business logo. So one advantage of this app is the fact that it helps us, of course, develop professional business logos. So like kitambo, for you to get a logo, you had to pay a designer akundi a logo. This time round, it is the AI that is just doing this for us in their business logo. Now, of course, it becomes free of charge. Imagine that. So you Bishara is going to have a professional outlook based on the fact that ikona a professional business logo. Then in between there is the word personal and business. Hapo ndo unatumia switch from to the personal side or to the business side, and then there is the notification bell. In case you have any notification, itakuwa inaapia hapo kwa bell. Hapo chini there is the hello Amos, you're the owner of the Aura shoe. That is a shop that I own, and of course it shows the Tcash balance and the lottery tickets that you have. The performance of this shop equals. This is why I had to go through the details that are on the app, because I want us to see this performance change from 0 to a different number. The number of transactions today are also 0. I want us to see this change from 0 to a different number. Upcoming bookings are 0. Of course, the upcoming bookings ni bookings zenye zinafanywa na mtu mwenye hayuko kwa shop. So of course hizo ziko 0. That might not change today because today we are just sale. Of course, the bookings will not change, but we are going to change the sale. The customers are still not going to change, but we'll change the transaction and the sale. Then hapo chini kabisa you have the option wallet and business. For you to sell, you come to the option of sell, the yellow icon. Hapo ndo unakuja. Ukiguza hiyo, then inakuletea the following options. There is the catalog, there is the express, and there is also the voice assistant. Sasa wewe kama mwenye biashara ndio unaamua, do I want to use the catalog, do I want to use the express, or do I want to use the voice assistant? In this case, or for the purposes of this session, we're going to use the catalog. I want us to understand what the catalog is. Catalog ni option ya kuuza when it is not busy. Ni ile option inatumika kwa super. Ukienda kwa super kubuy vitu, then you just pass the items via a machine, and then the machine just takes the price and the quantity of the items zenye umepitisha hapo. That is catalog. And this is what now the app is bringing to our businesses. Remember, hiyo system ya super wanakuanga wamenunua from IT developers. In this case, the app has already done that for us, and it is coming to us free of charge. Isn't that amazing? Then there is the express checkout. That is a mode of sale that is used when you want to sell very fast, and of course when you want to sell and give discount. Because of course, tulisema in our first session that you need to fix the price so that hiyo ndio price yenye utakuwa unauza item nayo. But in this case, when you want to give a discount, because sometimes utakuwa unataka kupea mtu discount based on how loyal they are to your business, then you can use the express. There is the voice assistant. The voice assistant is still a coming soon feature. Ni feature yenye itakuwa inatusaidia kusell very fast, because utakuwa unaambia the app that I want to sell this, and then it just processes all the details for you. But for this session, I want us to understand one thing at a time, the catalog. So I'll touch the catalog. Nikiguza catalog, then the items zenye nilikuwa nazo kwa inventory yangu in my first session are the items that are appearing here. So the first thing is the canvas shoe. So unaiona hapo, there are 100 pieces in stock. The second one is the kids shoe. Of course, they are 97 in stock. The men's shoes, they are 90 in stock. And of course, you can just see this. So customer amekuja, anataka kiatu. Maybe anataka the men's shoe yenye inatoka 100 bob. So anataka pieces gapi? Anataka piece moja. So he just one pair. So nitaguza tu just one. Nikiguza hiyo plus inaongeza the number. Na ikiongeza the number, hapa chini the cart becomes active. Cart ikikuwa active ina appear in blue. If you see hapa chini, there is that option of the cart that is not active. So it is not blue. Nikiongeza, when I tap the main shoe, the plus option, inanionyesha the cart is active. There is one item costing 100 shillings. Kama anachukua 2 pairs, then I add another one. So that means that there are 2 pairs that I'm selling, and the cart is now active with 200. So kama ananunua moja, I have maybe over added na ananunua maybe 2 pairs, na I just touch the subtract. Nikiguza subtract inazitoa, like it removes the number of items kwa cart. So I just want to sell 2. So then for me to sell, nitaguza cart. But before I touch the cart, I also want you to understand this thing. Mtu anaweza kuwa ananunua maybe a number of pairs. Maybe ananunua yake na ananunua ya mtoto, the kids school shoe. So anaweza kuwa nanunua just one pair. So unaona nikiguza tena add, it adds that to my cart. Na cart yangu inakuwa sasa na 3 items. The men's shoes 2 pairs and the kids shoe 1 pair. So unaweza add as many items as possible zenye client anataka kununua zote all at once using the same app. So nitakuja sasa niguze hii cart. Nikiguza cart for me to proceed to check out, nitaguza cart. Of course hapa pia I have these options za kuremove ama kuadd. If maybe huyu client amechange mind, anataka tu menshu moja, I can just remove ibaki moja. So the total amount pale chini changes to 250. And you can see it just happens seamlessly, automatically. So we are now moving away from the era of client akitaka kununua, you pick a calculator and start calculating the amount, like hii nauza 50, hii nauza 100, hii nauza 200, so in total ni how much. App is doing that for us. Inatusaidia kufanya hizo calculations behind the background, and of course once it does that for us, our work is just as simple as receiving money, na hiyo inakuwa the easiest bit for us as business people. So of course you can see I have the men's shoes, I have one, I have the kids shoe, which is one. Then I can add more through the yellow part. Nikiguza add more, itanipeleka back to the, takes me back to the catalog, and of course I can add. But because I just wanted to check out, I'll just touch the cart again na nikuja hapa chini. There is the word checkout. So for me to check out, inamaanisha nauza hizo vitu. So I'm checking them out, zinaenda sasa. So I'll touch on checkout. Nikiguza checkout, then there are a number of options through which I can receive money. The first one is by having my customer scan the Soko QR. So Soko QR code ni code yenye itaskaniwa na customer mwenye akona the Stcash Soko app. Huyo utamuonyesha the QR code aiscan. Akiscan anakulipa automatically. So money moves from their Tcash wallet to your Tcash wallet automatically once they scan. Then kuna option ya cash payment. Cash payment ni option yenye client analipa in terms of cash. Like, how much are you selling this item for? I'm selling it for 1,000. Then anakupatia that 1,000 in cash. Then there is this third option, which is the external wallet. External wallet would refer to M-Pesa. In other terms, client anaweza kuja kwa shop yako, hana Tcash na hana cash, akona pesa kwa M-Pesa platform yake. So they can be able to pay you using the external wallet. And I just want us to explore how the external wallet is before we come and proceed with the cash payment. So wasoko kiwa akina kwa app yake aende personal side. Personal side pale chini kabisa we have the word scan. Hapo ndio taguza a scan. You show them the QR code, they scan, then they'll just pay you the 250. Wa external wallet, utaguza hapa external wallet mwenye ako na M-Pesa. Ukiguza external wallet, then there is this QR code yenye pia huyo mwenye ako na M-Pesa anaweza scan. Huyo customer wako mwenye ako na M-Pesa anaweza scan hiyo, or rather anaweza kulipa using the pay bill 817817, account number, the phone number you used to register your Tcash wallet with. So unaweza tumia hiyo na anakulipa hivyo. So I'll just move back any M-Pesa phone to use at the moment. So for this transaction, I just want us to check out using the cash payment. Why am I opting for cash? Because of course, cash would be easier for me because I just have this phone with me. So when I opt for cash payment, then it asks me to confirm. Then, of course, the thing I'll do is just confirm that I want to do that. So Niki confirm, it shows me that the purchase is completed. And this is today at 11:26 a.m. And there is a text there that service fee for the cash payment will be deducted from my next digital checkout, or I can choose to pay the fee now. So what does that mean? The app charges you a small fee, just like you'd have transaction fees. Unaona venye unakunga tu na transaction fee when you're sending money, when you're withdrawing money, the app will be charging you a small fee to facilitate your cash purchases. The small fee is going to be 10% of, not 10, sorry, 1% of any transaction above 100 shillings. So what does that mean? Transaction yote yenye iko above 100 inachajiwa 1%. It means therefore, kama transaction yangu ni ya 200, then 1% ya 200 ni 2 shillings. So that is the fee that is being charged for that transaction. Then inaweza kuwa transaction yako ni worth something like say it is worth something like 1,000. 1% of 1,000 is 10 shillings. So then 10 shillings ndio zitakuwa deducted hapo, and that fee is so small and so manageable based on now the kind of advantages that the app has. For any transaction that is below 100, the fee is just 1 shilling. So fee ya transaction yote yenye iko below 100 ni 1 bob, and that is how small the fee is and how manageable the fee has been set to be. So ukiangalia, I have the option of view receipt, the black one. So if I touch the view receipt, then I'm able to see a receipt that is automatically generated by the app. So this is the beauty of this platform. Remember kitambo, most of the businesses hatujakuwa tukipeana receipt. Why? Because receipt book ulifaa kununua, like you're supposed to buy a receipt book. Ndio mtu akikuja akibuy an item, then unaandika receipt amenunua hii for this amount. In this case now, you don't have to have the receipt book. Why? Because the app will be generating a system generated receipt. Na hii receipt unaweza patia client wako by sending it. How do you send? Una take a screenshot of the same and then you send it to their WhatsApp or send it to them via email. So it becomes a digital kind of receipt. So you don't even need to print it. Una take screenshot, and then after you've taken the screenshot, then you get to, of course, share it with the person via social media platforms or via email. Then, of course, this receipt we have viewed, it's 150 for kids shoe, men's shoe at 100, subtotal 250. The service fee is 2.5. Why is the service fee 2.5? Remember, nimesema service fee ni 1% kwa transaction yote yenye iko above 200, yenye iko above 100. Hii transaction ni ya 250. 1% ya 250 ni 2.5. Now that is why unapata like the service fee inakuja 2.5 shillings. And of course inanionyesha hapo chini that I was supposed to receive 247.5, meaning the app would now cut the 2.5 shillings from 250. And then this is done. Hapa chini, the app shows me the previous cash fee balance. So cash fee balance ni pesa yenye inakuwa kwa app yenye unaweza tumia kumake hizo cash payment. Remember, when you're making a cash payment, you need money. Like money is to be deducted from you when you're making a cash payment. So the cash fee balance yenye iko hapa ni yenye app inakupea. Once you have started a new shop, the app gives you 50 shillings. Ikupea 50, then that is the money you use kufanya the first sales. Then it gives you another 50 shillings in debt. It can give you another 50 shillings in debt. So that means unaweza uza from a cash fee balance of 50 all the way to negative 50. By the time unafika negative 50, you are supposed to recharge your cash fee balance so that you continue making sales. If you have not recharged, then hautaweza kumake sales. The fee for this transaction is 2.5, so therefore that 8.51 minus 2.5 inabaki 36.01. So the cash sale before settlement naweza uza up to 13,600 before I settle the cash sale. So that means naweza tu gauge biashara yangu and I can be able to know how much do I need in cash fee balance each and every day based on the number of transactions za cash zenye huwa nafanya. And of course, when you do that, you're able to sell efficiently using the app, get the receipt, give the receipt to your customers, and of course, transact digitally like the real digital business person that you are. And this is now done. And that is how simple you can be able to make your first sale. Or that is how simple you can be able to make a sale. The way we have made a sale on this product shop is the same way you can be able to make a sale on the service shop. So kama wewe una offer services, for example, the nail services, the hair salon, the boda boda service, the hotel service, of course, you can also be able to use the same platform to make those sales. And how do you do it? Utaenda tu kwa sell, ukiguza sell, unaenda kwa catalog, of course, then you add the number of services zenye customer anataka, and then you proceed and to the cart and of course check out. Now ukicheck, remember there are 3 options of receiving your money. Either huyo customer akona Tcash wallet, of which this is how it's going to be. Most customers are also onboarding the Tcash Soko app. So therefore most of them watakuwa na Tcash. So utakuwa unamuonyesha tu QR code ana scan anakulipa automatically. Money comes from their Tcash wallet to your Tcash wallet automatically. And of course, there is also the M-Pesa method. So customer kama kona M-Pesa, you can still use the app to, of course, make the sale. You don't have to worry. And if the customer has cash, you can also use the cash option to make the sale. And that is how we are transferring our biasharas digital, at the same time ensuring that we are leaving none of our customers behind. Whether the customer has cash, has M-Pesa, or has the Tcash Soko, we can be able to sell to them. And this goodness is brought to us courtesy of the Tcash Soko app. So there are a number of things that we had intended to see whether they will change after the transaction. So I just want us to go back to home. Home iko hapo chini on my left hand side. I'll just tap the option home. Nikirudi hapa kwa home, there is this screen that is showing here. The Tcash balance has not changed. It is still 70. Why is it still 70? Because I've not received money via the Tcash Soko app. Yani, si kupata client wa kuscan the Soko QR code. That is why today's performance, that is why the Tcash balance is still 70. It didn't change because I made a cash sale. Kuna Rotary tickets. I had 12. They are now 13 because I've made a sale. So ukimake a sale using the app, unapata a Rotary ticket. So you need to transact more to get as many as possible using the app. Then we go to performance today. The performance today is 250 shillings. Remember, I've just made a sale of 250 shillings. So that is why today's performance has changed to 250 from 0. The number of transactions, sasa ni 1, because I've made just a single sale. Then the orders are 0, the customers are 0. Why are orders 0? Remember, hakuna mtu ameorder online. That is why orders inaapia kuwa 0. Customers are 0. Why and I have made a sale? That is a very good question to ask yourself. The customers are 0 because customer mwenye nimeuzia amenunua on cash basis. So app haitaweza kumrecord as a customer because huwezi enda ukiuliza customer mwenye amekuja na cash, what is your name? But if this customer had paid using the Soko QR code, then the app would have automatically noted their name and stored them as customers served, so that in future huyo customer anaweza kuwa eligible kupata discount ama kupata items on credit basis. Why? Because they are customers. Remember, one of the advantage of your clients having the Tcash Soko app is that you can be able to offer something called pay later activities to them. What is pay later? Pay later ni penye client unampatia item analipa baadaye. So when they have the Tcash Soko and they are paying you by scanning the Tcash Soko QR code, then unaweza kuwapea pay later services, na ukiwapea pay later services, then based on the fact that they are customers using the app, and that is going to be an amazing feature that you're going to discuss in the course of the week. So this brings us to the end of our session. Make your first sale. What have you learned? We have learned that it is very easy for you to make a sale using the Tcash Soko app. How do you do that? You need to go to the business side. On the business side, hapo chini kabisa, the middle, there is the option sell. Ukiguza option ya sell, catalog, express voice assistant, all appear. Catalog, you take the catalog and of course pick the number of items you want, go to the cart and proceed to checkout. In case you have any question on how you can use the Tcash Soko app to make your first sale, kindly get back to me via the comment section below. I'll be responding to your questions as soon as I see them. Otherwise, let us have a great evening. Let us continue transacting using the Tcash Soko app, increase the performance today, at the same time increase the number of Rotary tickets that we have, so that we stand high chances of winning the award. Have a great evening. Let us continue succeeding together by transforming our biasharas digital. See you in our next session.